Hey guys, welcome back to the Vintage Handyman. Today we will be reviewing a very nice tool trolley. The model is YT-09101 and it comes from the Yato brand, which as far as I've understood, it's a brand that comes from Poland. Now the system is made out of three parts. A toolbox that sits on the top, a middle section with two small drawers, and a lower section with a bin that tilts in front of you where you can put pretty big things inside of it. Now I have the version with two small drawers in the middle. There is also another one with only one but bigger drawer. Now if you do not know which kind of drawer to buy, it's not going to be a problem because drawers are also sold separately. So you can buy them after you bought this one and you can make some very interesting mixture between big drawer, small drawer. You can arrange them whenever you like, and I'll show you. This is a picture that Yato use for showing you how you can arrange different drawers and make different system. But let's just stop talking, let's take these out of the box and let's see what's inside. There it is, just straight out of the box. I have to tell you honestly, this looks amazing. The finish on top of it looks very shiny. It has some very beautiful black plastic, pretty strong. It does feel good, all metal case. I really like it. And honestly, I want to give you a suggestion. When you think to buy something like this, just notice metal latches. They are normally an indicator of good quality. You can buy cheaper stuff with plastic latches. I don't recommend it. You can see here the guides of the drawers are all entirely made out of metal. They have a pretty interesting locking system. When you push it all the way in, it won't come out if you don't make at least a little bit of force. That is a security system that prevent the drawers from coming off when you tilt the system down, even involuntarily. So this will keep everything inside of the system. On the bottom you can see this pretty big metal bin. It's very shiny, very beautiful, and everything feels pretty solid. I'm probably going to put some spray cans in here and things like that. Now you can see the system also has metal latches for connecting different parts together. That makes a fairly strong connection between different sections of the system, and it will prevent this device to fall off. Now you can see here it has a metal rim on the bottom and a latch on the other section, and when it's locked it's very firmly attached together. Now coming on to the back, we have the wheels on the bottom, the handle on the top, and it has a pretty simple system. Like every single trolley, you need to push the button to be able to lift the handle. Now if you don't push the button, of course it's locked. As soon as you push it, you can pull it up. Now something very interesting happens here. As you can see now, it sits perfectly as just above the toolbox. But if you press it again, you can pull it a little bit higher. And you may ask why it is so high. The reason is that if you want to put a second set of drawers, you can easily do that while still having the handle coming out from the top. Now let's see the different section of the system. Starting from the top one, let's check out the toolbox. Now it has a handle like every single part of the system. You can take this off and you will find this handle in every part so that you can remove them from the rest of the system and bring them whenever you need to singularly. Now, as you can see on the top of the toolbox, there are some very smart small cases. They are attached in there, but you can slide them out and put in there very small things like electrical connectors or nuts, bolts, pretty small things like that, and it's very handy because you can remove it from the toolbox and bring it wherever you need them. Now let's see what's inside. Let's open these metal latches, and as always we have this nice handle that we can easily remove and reveal what's inside. Now it has some measurements on top of it. It's only millimeters, but it's pretty smart and it could be useful if you don't have a measuring tool. Now probably going to put small things on top of here like electrical connectors, but even though it's made out of plastic, it feels pretty strong and sturdy. It's not cheap plastic, honestly. When you remove this part, you can see on the inside there is a pretty big bin where you can put wherever you need. I'm probably going to use it for zip ties, gloves, and all these things that normally does not want to stay in some place. They normally go everywhere, you never find them, so I'm probably going to put them in here. Now let's go on the second section. As I said previously, it has a handle on the top, but the very interesting thing is the way this drawer moves. They run very smoothly, and as I said previously, they had a very interesting locking system that prevents them from going away. I'll show you what these pins are at the end of the video, and I gotta tell you honestly, drawers are the main reason why I bought this. There is a latch at the back where the handle is, and it basically keeps the handle attached to a second point in the system, because otherwise the handle would be attached to the rest of the system only at the bottom, at the base of it. With these you basically get a pretty strong handle which won't flex too much. Now I'm going to show you just in a moment how does it looks like when you installed a second set of drawers, because I bought it. Basically drawers were the most interesting part for me for the system, so I bought another set of 2 small drawers. Now as you can see, these grabbing system locks into the second set of drawers, and it gives the handle a second point of attachment to make it very strong and not to flex with all this weight on top of it. Now let's see the last part of the system, which is the bin at the bottom, where you can put pretty big things in it. As you can see, it tilts in front of you, and the weight of the things that are inside keep it from falling and prevent it from opening when you do not want it to. Now one thing which is probably, or I would say definitely, the only thing I think they could have done it a little bit better is this section. In fact, it is a little bit flexible. It has a little bit of a flex to it. It doesn't feel like it will break, but I don't recommend you to put very heavy things inside. You can see on this picture there are the weights of the things that you can put in every single section of this system. I recommend you to respect them, at least for this section. Maybe the drawers, they are pretty strong, and the toolbox at the top, it is very strong, but respect those weight that they recommend you. Do not exceed them, at least for the lowest part, because it honestly it could have been done better in my opinion. I just reassembled the system to show you what's the purpose of this tiny little holes that sits in front of every single part. Basically they are used to lock the system with a bar, which is included in the box, as well as a very small padlock that you can use to lock every single part of the system, so that nobody will be able to open this. Now one thing I'd like you to notice is that the bar has been made a little bit longer. In fact, I've put in the system another set of drawer, and it still arrives at the bottom. The same thing has been done with the handle. It is a little bit longer, so if you put another set of drawer, you can move it to sit flush with the top toolbox, or you can even put it higher to carry the trolley around. This is the reason why they advertise in the pictures that you can put another set of drawers. Basically, everything has already been thought for you to buy another one. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but if you want, everything has already been prepared for this. Now, final thoughts and personal opinion about this system. Honestly, I don't think you can get something with the same build quality for this price range. Here in my country, this system costs about 120, 130 euros, depends on where you buy it. But honestly, I don't think you can get something built so well. It's not the cheapest solution, that's for sure. You can get something that's made entirely out of plastic and it will cost you basically half the price of this one, but it's not the same thing. As well as you won't be able to customize it as you need, because in this case you can buy more drawers and make it the way you want it to be. So I'm really happy with this device. I think you guys are gonna love it. I really suggest it if you need something like that for your work, for your hobby. It's very useful and pretty handy. Now I will put in the description the link for the entire system or the spare components like different drawers. I hope you guys like this video, so I recommend you to like, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to give me some suggestion about the video, I will really appreciate that. Just try to be kind and see you next time.